And for many people, many athletes, they're looking just to tune their final last steps heading into the games. Well, these are the final last steps for these Asian teams. We watch them year in, year out. We know what they've got, and we know who's making the moves to play in the final here this weekend. And this team, Thailand, are one of those teams.
Yeah, that's right. First game this weekend, first of 20. It's going to be Thailand versus Singapore. Thailand, of course, they finished 4th in the Asia Rugby 7 Series 2019. Real improvers throughout the series. Incredible, really. And look out there for Chichinuk in number 7. 52 points, 10 tries during the 2019 Asia Rugby 7 Series, coached by New Zealand Sevens legend Lottie Raikkonen-Buller. And let's have a look now at Singapore. Well, they end up getting relegated at the end of the 2019 series, finished up in 8th, couldn't quite escape relegation. A team of campaigners, as always, led by the ever-present Chan Jiao-Yu in 6, and coached by Coach Wang. As we prepare for these two teams, here they come out onto this beautiful piece of turf. We had a look around it earlier on, and it's a nice bit of grass, nice and firm. It's not sandy. And 2 o'clock here, local time. It's fairly warm down there, but it's a nice November day here in southern China.
Temu, check, please.
Thailand, well, they really impressed in the recent series under Lottie Raikkonen-Buller. He's a World Cup winner, he's a Commonwealth Games winner, and he has taken this Thai team and turned them into something special. They finished up playing the gold medal match at Sri Lanka in the 3rd leg of the Asia Rugby 7 Series, just getting beaten there by Japan. And they finished 5th in the first leg, 5th in the second leg, and you will notice in the way that they play the long passes. Here's Craig Chan from Hong Kong, our referee, one of the up-and-coming officials in the region. It's going to be Thailand in the dark blue and yellow trim on the right of your screen. Singapore. The first game of 20 this weekend then gets underway.
Not going to be an itch.
A fumble straight from the get-go, and siding through, straight off comes Tirarat. She gets taken down just inside the 22. There's a one-on-one here, and it's Piamat decides not to test her opponent out this early. Instead, they go the other way. Sloppy one at the ankles, nicely taken on the belts from Chichinuk. She's the one to look out for. 10 tries in the series 2019. She can really find her way. A lot of these players been together for a number of seasons now. This is Utamporn in 9. Been around for at least 4 or 5 years. Oh, look at this from Singapore. Couldn't quite keep her footing there. That could have been one under the posts and throwing the cat amongst the pigeons. Chan
big works, play on.
Trying to hold her up. There's PM up there, and they've got a knee to the ground. But it's just too late there for referee Craig Chan. And 1 minute gone. Thailand just happy to send it across the face. Everyone getting a touch, and Singapore almost getting in there for an early against the run-of-play try.
A bit of a flustered start, I think, from Thailand. They're trying to knock them out early, which you can understand. I mean, they big seeing Singapore as a target here early in the tournament, but you've still got to take time to adjust. You don't have a lot of time to adjust, but
okay, just wait. Listen, I want stability. Hold. Thailand.
They are looking pretty dangerous.
Crouch. Fine.
The crispness of those long passes.
On the
really
body,
stand out.
Body. Okay.
And I would
Crouch.
be surprised if they do break Singapore open shortly.
Set.
Greetings to everybody on the Facebook feed or however you're watching this around the world. Great having you with us here. Big moments for these athletes. Thailand trying to break out from the first scrum of the weekend. Good straightening run there by Piamat on the 10 metre. Fired away by Butsaya. Willing to give it a bit of depth here. This is Thanaporn. Here goes Chichinuk already. Bangs off the right foot. There's no one in front of her. And she's going to continue where she left off in the 2019 series. Racking up yet another try. And 1-on-1 there. She's been a real improver as well with the footwork, with the fend. And that's a good settling start for Thailand. 5-0.
Yeah, nice work by Thailand, just drawing the defence of Singapore towards them. Comfortable about playing behind the game line at the moment, but you saw what happened. The ball went out wide. The Singapore defence fractured on its way forward, lost touch with each other. And as you pointed out, just the one-on-one out wide and try time. So, good, steady start there from Thailand. I'll be starting to find the emoji very shortly, I would think.
Thailand
Conversion
around
is good,
10
so
seconds.
7-0.
Okay.
Nice easy conversion. There she is, Chichinuk. Can she really write her name in the history books this weekend?
Not going to be an edge.
Pace out wide. They're the sort of team that'll rumble their way downfield.
Advantage over.
Just through sheer bludgeoning weight of possession, find a way to score tries. Butsaya to ground. Looking for runners. Throws it at the knees of Tidera. She did really well to hold on to that one. Vatanaporn. And it's all pretty static though at the moment. The passes are wide, they're going to hand, but they're not coming onto them yet. It's just a matter of timing. We'll see that improve over the weekend. A bobble by Dunaporn. She takes it on a second go. And Sherion Ko manages to chase her down and hips it to the ground. She's a new name in the Singapore side for us.
Take.
They've still got possession though, so good determined defence. Here goes Chichinuk, puts on a little bit of goose there. They don't fall for it this time. Jane Chan takes her around the ankles. Good tackle from her.
Correct, Singapore.
Still it's Thailand.
Offside advantage. Advantage over.
Surely Singapore will end up running out of volunteers here. Straightening, comes PM up. They do seem to be rather relaxed about it at this stage, which is good because teams that have possession and just run around like headless chooks and can't finish, Thais look relaxed about this. They're just showing patience, and they're a simple short ball to Utamporn, this veteran player, and it was that easy in the end. The outside defender didn't read it, didn't see Utamporn's line, and she threads the needle there, Jed, for a good second try after a lot of phases.
Good, steady work by Thailand. You know, they're not getting carried away. It's just making that ball move. The ball's always going to beat the man. We all know that. And rugby people around the world understand that to be a truth. And in the end, look at this. Pop, yours. Change of angle, change of pace. And points are the reward for that. And I'm going to say that bloody Rakamambula has got this Thai team absolutely humming at the moment. I mean, we've seen these players a lot over the last 2 or 3 seasons, and they, the game sense, their awareness about where they are on the pitch, their confidence in their skills to get the ball into the space, it's all been turned up to about 11. Just to say that, though.
What have you done, Jed?
Yeah, I know, it's all over. Don't worry, Lottie, I'm sorry, buddy, I'm sorry.
In the middle.
He seemed to be around for a long time, didn't he?
Well, he played for Turbos, I think. He played for Hawke's Bay. He played for a number of different outfits.
And him and Samathi Thama. Here comes Singapore, though. They want to get themselves on the board. Elvinia Yao. Here goes Chan, just looking across.
Good strong run out wide there by 12.
7 roll.
Chan.
Lift the ball.
Name to us.
You go roll.
Chan Jian. Yeah, Chan wants to get on with it. And they'd love to get a 5-pointer here. To take
Advantage high.
Found tries hard to come by in the series.
6 high. Back 10.
There's nothing too fancy about Singapore,
Advantage.
but they tackle well and they just go through the phases until they eventually get there. And this looks good indeed.
Short roll.
Utamporn with the tackle, couple of metres out. Counter ruck comes in from
Use it!
Tanaporn. Pick and go from Chong Hoi Min.
Oh, it's
Gets
a
run back a couple. They've still got it though. Out it goes from
finish
Sim.
over.
And it's taken on. Look at
One,
Utam
two,
Porn there. She
away.
got
5
right
to
over the
15.
top of that, but Chan was playing some advantage there, and I'm sure
Thailand
they'll
on
just
the
keep
line.
pounding away here. They're on the
Singapore.
5 metre.
11. Singapore marks
There
here.
is Chong, and she was impressive in 2019. Breakthrough season
Hold.
for her.
Hold Thailand.
Seems to be at the centre of everything. And that's pretty straightforward, isn't it? Showing their intentions. And Sherry
No
and
advantage.
the new player.
Holding on extra
It
row.
was good thinking,
This
wasn't
play
it?
here,
Everyone?
holding on.
I'm there. I
extra
just wonder
row.
if I might be able to score it. How about that, referee?
Expecting.
Penalty.
Perhaps a bit of an experience there. As I said, first time
Time is
we've seen
over. Okay.
Sherry
go
and
on.
Co. So
So if you tap, then kick it
I
out.
couldn't
it's
believe
finished.
she's going to score on her debut at the highest level and send Singapore to the Olympics. Thailand happy just to boot that one out. They don't want to go the 95. And they lead here by 2 tries. 2 good tries. And they take a 14-0 lead into the break here in game 1 this weekend. And again, great having everybody with us around the region, around the world. And how about that, Jed? The chance for Asia to have 2 sides at least in the Olympics. It's quite special, isn't it?
Well, it's a special time for Asian rugby right across the region, but nothing will ever be like the Japanese Rugby World Cup. As we take a look at the second try for Thailand, they came after a good period of work, just simply shifting the ball around, looking for the space. And the Thai team have turned up ready to go, and they've become a genuine threat for a final spot in this tournament. I was speaking to former Hong Kong international Lindsay Vardy probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and she made a very important statement as far as I'm concerned, that this Thai team had really caught the eye of the Hong Kong program, so they will be somebody that Hong Kong will be looking at. They're no longer over there looking over their shoulders at them either, they're looking right at them.
There's Coach Raikkonen in the middle there with the Thai team. 2 Commonwealth Games gold medals in sevens, 1 Rugby World Cup sevens gold medal. He's played in 5 series wins as well for New Zealand, and there are not many more accomplished rugby sevens players in the world than Lotte Raikkonen. He's director of rugby for the Thai Rugby Union. Did a little stint at the Trinity College in Sri Lanka as well. And it's quite amazing that he's taken this team to where they are in just the space of 1 short season. It's the same players, but they've learned a few tricks from Lotte, and they can shift the ball. They're just playing better sevens all round, and I think any team could benefit from a coach like Lotte Raikkonen. It'd lift them. It'd be good for a few more tries every game. Here we go then. Craig Chan gets us underway. They get that one bouncing across, and really well taken on the bounce from Ratanaporn. That could have been a curly one to take. Tanaporn to ground, and here she goes wrapping round. It's Ratanaporn. They're on the 10 metre line. Singapore D'ing up nicely. They're playing a sweeper, so they're just shifting across. There's that line again that we saw that scored the try in the first half. This time Piama. Singaporeans are onto that one. It'll be full twice, and
Red 3 offside. Not please.
they force an error, but offside, says Craig Chan.
Red 3 offside.
The other 2 teams in their pool, Kazakhstan and Philippines, will be up next. It'll be really, you'd think, we haven't seen Philippines, but we'll talk about them shortly. Thailand, we know what they're all about. Kazakhstan, exciting stuff. And look at the fin there off the right, straight through the gap. Goes Tanaporn, beats the last defender, and how about that? I think we saw a little bit of everything there. The fend, the swerve, and just good pace to go about 60 metres for try number 3 there. And that's a wonderful try for Thailand.
Oh, good work, good pace, wasn't it? A chance to draw in a few deep breaths too. Let's have a look. Breakdown was pretty simple. Done it all. It's a one-man band. Or should I say a one-player band. Great. Fend. Good to watch, ladies and gentlemen. Very pleasing to watch indeed. Good rugby. An individual try, but showing all the class skills. And more importantly, the good, slow, steady recovery walk back. I got puffed just watching it.
So Danaporn's on the board with her first try for the weekend.
Okay, Thailand, 5 seconds.
And it will be interesting to see how far they've come since playing in that final against Japan in Sri Lanka at the back end of September. I'm sure they've been in camp ever since, and no doubt will have improved. They will have done their homework on some of these sides, especially China and Kazakhstan. In on the ball they go, and they win that one.
Back 10, Singapore.
Again, it's Utamporn. Goodness me, she's strong over the ball, and into the shadows they go, and they squeeze it down the short side. And Butsaya goes in for try number 4. There was nothing on there at all. Utamporn with the steal. And then just good vision, found the space, and Butsaya, her first for the tournament too.
Thailand just finishing off there. Look at that. Now, unfortunately, the situation there, the Singapore defender needed to go low, and more often than not, defenders get caught out in that situation. They cannot make the line if you take their legs out. There's a lesson for youngsters.
You sound like any father on any given Sunday at mini rugby.
Well,
And not a bad conversion attempt from out wide. Try to convert her own try, Butsaya. There is Lottie Reichenbuller. He'll be happy about that. 4 tries up. Shot there of Chan Jiaoyu. So that's a hard call from Craig Chan. She had her back. Chong knows it though, gives a nod. Yep, it was me. I did it. I'm sorry. Put her team under pressure again here. Those last 2 tries in this second half have both come from just missed tackles going high.
well, Chong in Singapore has impressed me. I think I really
Crouch.
recognised their talents in probably the second tournament of the Asia Rugby 7 series for women. There's a real competitor for Singapore, and players like Eunice Chu will be relieved to have someone like Chong, who's just made a good tackle there, backing her up in all the team efforts.
So from the scrum, they look the shorter side, nothing works, so they bring it open again. The red shirts have lined up well. Here goes Chichinuk. Surely she'll have a crack here. Yes, and she does. And where's this pace come from? Chichinuk's going to go in for try number 2. Again, 1-on-1, just too good. 3 tries in the second half, and they're starting to hit their straps now, Thailand.
Yeah, the old change-up really threw the cat amongst the pigeons there. Keeping the ball alive nicely. Should be covered here. No. Oh! Well, I think someone might have been showing Fijian playing tapes at the training camp.
2 changes of gear there.
Yeah, it certainly was.
Into second, then into third. Yeah, and that going in the notebook, isn't it? Manager Chow out there giving the nod of approval to his head coach. 5 tries, 33-0. They're out of the blocks, Thailand. That one taken on the full. Low brings it forward to the 22, and they don't want to be taking it into too much contact high against Thailand. They got freakishly strong upper body strength in their technique.
Look at that.
Yeah, big hit coming in. Barreling back, but they win the penalty, not rolling away. You don't get much time to roll away in sevens.
Back, please. 11, roll.
He's looking relaxed and happy so far, and that's good.
Yep, we've got time.
Big game for Thailand will come a bit later today against Kazakhstan, Jed, at 5:16 local time. That'll be the decider of this pool, surely. Closing in on full time here already. It's flowing by.
Thailand, come closer.
Here's Eunice Chu with the trademark rinse through the hair. Finds her jumper. Goes Chan, and again that Thais just come flying in and take him low, and that's a lesson in tackling there for the Singaporeans, shown by China. Chichanuk with the spot tackle. Hooter's gone, looking for some consolation here, Singapore. Straightening. Victoria Chu, they're into the Thai half. They won't mind that the Hooter's gone. They'll be looking to build momentum for their other games, and just knocked on by Low, and that's going to be the end of the game then. Singapore not really troubling Thailand at all, and Thailand, they're out of the blocks with a good win. 5 tries, 4 of them converted, and it's good to get the first one under the belt. They beat Singapore here 33 points to 0.
Powerful start by Thailand, isn't it? Intentions are pretty clear. It's got some try-scoring ability now, this team. And it's almost the finishing touch to a side that's always, well, been defensively. Thailand have always been absolute monsters in a cage. And now, with the passing and skills, I think we are looking at a real threat for a finalist in Thailand.